Some people might suggest we title this A Dame, yes, a Diva, and Disaster. As ever, let me explain. Hi, nice to see you. We're in Parliament. It looks lovely, doesn't it? We'll have a wave. I keep getting told off for waving to you, by the way, by some miseries on here. And you do come away and think, oh, shut up, you know. It's nice to have company, isn't it? You know, and sometimes somebody... I know a lot of you write to me and say, my husband looks at me like I'm daft. And even the dog looks a bit odd. Imagine being stuck out here with all these people. You've got worries. I mean, people think, who's that simpleton standing there waving to himself? And it always makes me... The other thing, I've just shared this with you, the other thing that makes me laugh, you know, is the way people walk in front of the camera waving, and you think, no, the camera's facing me. That's you do wonder about some people, don't you? But I'm glad you all enjoy a wave. We'll have another wave just to annoy them. Take no notice. It's good to be daft, as I often say. Well, not always, though, in the case of this particular latest story. Well, it's got everything, yes. A dame, a diva actor, and of course a company that's really having a very tough time right now. We're talking, of course, about this particular lady, Dame Jilly Cooper. Now, Dame Jilly, of course, is a respected author, had phenomenal success for so many years, and really is one of those characters that, you know, when you sort of say to somebody, this signifies England, you know, she's just brilliant company, a lot of energy, a lot of fun, and you just kind of learn a lot around her. I was lucky enough to meet her many years ago, and she's had a phenomenal career as a writer. You know, many of her sort of novels have been turned into TV projects. Now, of course, in 2024, she's got another one. Well, a revamp of one that came out in the 80s, which was already a big success on television. Riders, all about the landed gentry, and of course, well, shall we say, the world of horses. But being 2024, it has to be a lot steamier. There's now mobile phones, you get the picture. And also, you see, they've got in some reasonable stars. Aidan Turner, who really shot to fame in the BBC adaptation of Poldark. Big success for him. But a couple of days ago, you see, this particular individual, that's right, the former Doctor Who David Tennant, basically said that a Minister for Parliament, Kemi Badenoch, basically said, shut up, and he doesn't want to hear from her. Wow, this really exploded on social media. Not, of course, to the very best light of Mr. Tennant. He's refusing to back down, even though I would say he's lost 50%, maybe even more of support over here from his fan base in the United Kingdom. Heaven knows what that will be like around the world. Now, you see, what's interesting is literally 2 days after that, the trailer for this brand new adaptation of Jilly Cooper's Riders dropped, as they say. I like to use the word release, right? So it was released. And what's interesting is here that he was kind of like the standout person they were pushing. Yes, now it appears that even Disney are getting very worried about another disaster on their hands, because obviously this is aimed at females, and there is David Tennant attacking a female. It doesn't look good. Now, what I've been told, and as ever we have to say allegedly behind the scenes from the bosses of Disney, is that while he was going to be forefront in the marketing campaign and perhaps going out there front to do all the junkets and stuff like that, they're having a serious rethink as to how this pans out, and will be reviewing the situation as and when it's released later in the year. What you would say to Mr. Tennant is, what a loony, you know, why would you go and do something like that? And as I often say here on the show, and I genuinely mean this, it's not just him. He's mega rich. He's already made his millions. He is known. He's had a good career. What about all the poor people further down the cast that this is their very big break? If it gets any worse, they may have to delay it, and, you know, you never know, it might never even get released. I've been told that Dame Jilly Cooper is less than thrilled. Yes, and if you cross the wrath of Dame Jilly, then things are looking pretty grim. David Tennant, you might want to sling yourself back into that time machine and zip off somewhere else into another universe, as you did previously in Doctor Who. Don't ever cross this dame. Neil Shawn, Parliament, London.